I'm Catherine Wright with Remax Professionals. My equation for operating is honor plus service equals prestige. I am about to share with you how to go through a contract process to purchase real estate. This is effective both for the buyer and the seller. When we have negotiated out a purchase contract, we have certain time frames set up in that contract, and the first time frame is going to be that of inspection period. That is when you go ahead and you do the 3 I's. You check on your investment, on your inspection, and on your insurance. You need to contact your insurance agent and get information about the property to make sure that it is insurable and to have the insurance effective upon the closing date. You need to go ahead and get your home inspection, because that will allow you time to walk through the property with a home inspector who will look around the whole property and make sure that there's nothing that is a problem in the condition of the property, and also to have a specific list of things that you would like to be completed before closing. And then you need to check on your investment. That means you apply for your loan, listen to your mortgage person, and make sure that you've followed through with all the steps that they give you. Once you've done your home inspection and you've also gotten your appraisal from your lender, then we will also have gotten the termite inspection in. We'll bring those 3 together and we'll do what's called a TRR. That's treatment, repair, and review. And we request the seller to pay a certain amount of the repair costs in order to get the property into the condition that you're comfortable with by closing. At the end of this negotiating time, when we've come up with something that will work with both parties, that ends your right to cancel the contract as a buyer. After that, your earnest money is in jeopardy. But at this time, you've already found out that your appraisal says that the house is worth what it's supposed to be, and you found out that the condition is what it's supposed to be, and you also have made sure that the termites are not eating away at the house. So all of the fears that usually a buyer has should have been addressed. At that time, we go ahead and we move forward in the contract. That's the time when they do what's called abstracting. Oklahoma is one of 2 abstract states. So they send somebody to the courthouse to ask about any title work. That means anybody who's owned the property or has owned the property or is owning the property, and any title that they might have to that property. They make sure that all those documents are put into what's called an abstract. It's about this big usually. It starts when Oklahoma was deeded as a territory in the very beginning. So they hand this document over to a buyer's attorney to give an opinion for the buyer to verify that the seller has complete right to sell the property. When that's done and all the documents have been submitted that have been requested, that's handed over to somebody at the lender who's called an underwriter, and it goes through underwriting. And the underwriting just goes through, makes sure that all the documents are done properly, that the investment is a good investment for the lender as well as for the homeowner. And when they are satisfied, they will write up what's called closing instructions and send it to the closing company. The closing company is the company that has ordered the repairs, not the repairs, but has ordered the termite work and ordered the title work and things like that. They will go ahead and get the closing documents together, and the most important closing document is going to be the HUD-1. The HUD-1 shows where all the money went. In the very beginning, I would have given you an estimation of where the money's going to go. It should be very similar. At that time, we get the HUD-1 right before going to closing. I send it off to the buyer or to the seller so that everybody has a chance to look at it. Your lender has already looked at it and verified that it is correct, but we get a chance as well. And as we look at it, we can see if there's any mistakes. If we find a mistake, we go ahead and address them. By the time we get to closing, we should have already seen it, said okay, and then you just sign the document showing that you have agreed upon these terms. And then you reapply for your loan, you sign a bunch of disclosures. It's usually anywhere from 50 to 200 pieces of paper that you're going to be signing. And at the end of that time, the seller hands over the keys, the earnest money is back in your pocket, and then you have purchased a home. If you have any questions or need to know more information, feel free to give me a call. My website is lawton-home.com, and I'm Catherine Wright on the corner of 17th and Cash Road at Remax Professionals. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope I'll be able to work with you sometime in the future.